From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. You know what we're going to call this video? We're going to call it the S&P Slip and Slide Continues. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 1930 even early in the day. The low came in at 1908 even late in the day. And last, we're 1915.30. We're down 16.8 handles. Total volume, 2.1 million minis trade and 5.7 thousand big S&Ps traded in the pit. MOC, we had 160 million to sell. And I want to explain this. The MIM started out to the sell side, then flipped to the buy side, had me thinking that it was going to be the first day in 6 days that we're going to get a buy imbalance, and then all of a sudden the actuals come out for sale. That's how this goes, you guys. Now, the other thing is, you know, the beginning of the day was filled with all these big ups and downs, but then we got those Putin headlines that said he was sending troops to the Ukraine for humanitarian reasons. What a joke. Tomorrow we've got the MBA Purchase Applications, we've got the Gallup U.S. Job Creation Index, we've got the International Trade Number, we've got the Treasury Refunding announcement, we got a 10-year note and a 30-year bond announcement, we've got the EIA, and we've got the EIA Petroleum status report. Now look, a couple days ago, the pit bull started talking to me about the TRIN. Now, I may have a good feel for the markets, but I don't do the research that he does. And when he starts talking the TRIN being negative, that means bad things for the S&P. And today, the TRIN was minus 91 at one point. And when I talk to the pit bull, he's saying that this is the type of stuff that could set up crashes. But what is the TRIN? The TRIN measures the ratio of advancing stocks to declining stocks. It also compares the ratio of advancing volume to declining volume. And obviously, when the TRIN is way negative like that, that means that there's sellers sitting above the market. In other words, every time the S&P short covers, they're selling right into it. Every time the S&P goes lower, they're selling right into it. And that's cash stocks. Now, it's an important thing to look at because if there's big liquidation going on out there like we've seen in the last 6 days of sell imbalances, it's important to know that you're seeing actual liquidation in the stock market. Until this type of liquidation resolves itself or it dries up, the S&P is going to continue down. Now, while I was a little bullish today when I was talking to the pit bull, he said, look, the S&P tends to remain weak early in the day and early in the week, or early in the week and early in the day. And then he mentioned his Thursday, Friday low the week before the August expiration. With that in mind, I'm going to leave it like that. The S&P is on a funkadunk, and you know what? I'm not sure that there's much we can do about it. And nor do I know where the PPT is going to show up. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the opening print.